Hello, hello, Sammy the Bull here. Yes, I couldn't believe it myself. We're live again for the second time. Been wanting to do this for a while. No better chance to do it but now. So let's wait for a couple notifications to go on out because we are live again, coming to you from Philadelphia, Kelly Drive, right where Rocky ran, right when Rocky ran next to the Schuylkill River. Kelly Drive, right outside of Philadelphia, the Schuylkill River, not too far down from Boathouse Row as they're rowing. There they are. They're rowing. They're rowing out here. Kelly Drive, Schuylkill River. And as people are coming in, don't forget to hit your like button. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Positive Polly, what's going on, Manass? Hello. I did a live stream earlier today about 9 o'clock in the morning. Didn't think I'd be out. We're right on Kelly Drive, man, watching the rowers. Right on Kelly Drive, watching the rowers out here. Nice little piece. I'm taking a little page out of your book, my man, right? Enjoying some of the scenery. And going to start off what I call Let Me Hear You News. Yep, I got a couple little hot topics that are in the news today. Beautiful. Look at them rowing. Look at them out there rowing, training with the boat. Hello, Steel Ninja. Robert. I see you, Robert. What's up? Look at them rowing hard, guys. Four-man boat. The four-man boat against a two-man boat. Man, they ain't playing. They are not playing. I'd be having a heart attack. That's how I'd be doing it. They just coasting. That's the way to do it. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. Yep, we're on Kelly Drive, guys. Kelly Drive, right when Rocky ran right down the sidewalk here when they filmed the first Rocky. Scott Johnson, I see you. I've been good, Manass. All right. It's just a quick little live stream I wanted to do. Y'all didn't see the debacle we had earlier this morning. We had a skills mega group poll with 8 people, right? 8 people, 100 each, $800, and we got our asses handed to us. Oh, man, is that looking nasty. Oh my goodness gracious. The hell? I don't look that deep around here. Now that's the Schuylkill. That is some terrible shit down there, man. I'm sorry. Let's not drop the phone in there. That's the last thing I need. Woo! That water looking nasty as hell. But yeah, we got beat. We started off that group poll today, the live stream. It started off with a bang. Real early, we caught a coin bonus on the Shamrock game, max bet for 380. We had as much as 550 in the machine, 450 in the profit zone, but it's double up or bust. They're the rules, and it took everything back, and we lost. Boo! But they're the breaks. That's gambling. Yes, indeed. Yes, there's a nice view. Got the sun over here shining off of the water. They're busting their ass training. They're coming from Boathouse Road down the road here. And they're just going up and down when they have the races. As you can see, those little numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're the lanes for when they practice. And they have races here as well. You know, I was actually doing a little bit of door dashing, and I've been meaning to stop by this parking lot and park because you got a chance to just chill here, catch out the view. It's a little hot, but at least it ain't that at 1 or 2 in the afternoon when it was freaking like 100 degrees out here. And we're going to do, real quick, we're going to talk about a couple of the topics in today's news. And what I'm going to start off with the Let Me Hear You news. And we're going to start with the first news topic today, guys. I don't know if you know it, but you heard about that 8.7 earthquake that smacked outside of Russia last night, right? Causing a massive alert and alarm going off in Hawaii. A tsunami warning. Does anybody know? I'm sure you heard about that on the news. If you didn't, Yeah, that's something that broke off. And but I'll tell you what, they didn't lift that warning in Hawaii until earlier this morning. That warning was up. That tsunami warning was up for a while. And I was watching video of thousands of cars trying to drive to high land. They really thought, now as far as it never hit, but they really thought a tsunami was going to come out of this and was going to take out a big portion of the lower lands in Hawaii. But luckily it didn't happen. That would have sucked. APG, nice lake. This is the Schuylkill River. Schuylkill River. That are the duckies. Schuylkill River right outside. We're in, actually not outside of Philadelphia. We're in Philadelphia. Kelly Drive. This is the same side Kelly Drive that Rocky jogged down in Rocky 1. Same side. We're not in the exact area. We got to go down about a half a mile. Go down about a half a mile if you want to catch the exact area where he jogged. But go check out some of these ducks. This is Kelly Drive. We're about a mile north of Boathouse Row. Maybe less than that. What's going on, ducks? It's pretty grimy water, man. I'm surprised the ducks having a fun time in there. Yeah, so it's good that nothing happened out of Hawaii. That was sucked, with the earthquake, but nothing really happened. And another thing in the news today is the Ozzy Osbourne funeral. Ozzy Osbourne, the great Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away before Hulk Hogan did, right? Yeah, he passed away within days of each other, but Ozzy passed away over a week ago, and the funeral was today. So as they say, the Prince of Darkness, heavy metal epic icon, global icon, Ozzy Osbourne dead, and funeral today. That was in the news. Another thing in the news, guys, I'm sure y'all heard about the New York City shooter, right? That New York City shooter that was walking around with it was like what was that? It was like an assault rifle, I think it was. I don't know the exact gun. It didn't look like an AR-15, so it actually looked close to an M16, but I don't know. So I can't confirm the gun he had. I just know he should have been walking down Lower Manhattan with a freaking gun like that. Opens fire. A cop is killed. And guess what else in that shooting? A DoorDash driver saved a Blackstone employee from the New York shooter. I don't like to say his name, but we'll say it. His name was Shane Tamara. Shane Tamara was the shooter. And a DoorDash driver, and it wasn't me. It wasn't me. A DoorDash driver saved an employee that worked at Blackstone out there in Manhattan in New York City. So, hey, big shout out to the DoorDash driver. I wish I had his name. He's the name we should be talking about because he saved somebody in that shooting. Yeah. Ooh, that's really blown up. If anybody knows the name, let me know. Skills are bad. Hello, and low roller scratcher. Hello. American poker and gambling. It's been a minute since I've been in Philly. Drove through there to get to AC from Allentown once. It's nice here. The temperature's starting to drop, and that's good because it gets really nice here. You do have a nice breeze over here on the Schuylkill River. It's not big, but when it's really stifling hot, you can catch this breeze. I feel it right now. You catch a really nice breeze coming from this. Yeah, look at that right now, beautiful. You can tell by the stuff blowing over here. So it's a nice breeze right here. This is a breeze that ain't around in my neighborhood. I'll tell you right, in Havertown, ain't no breeze like this. It's just hot. They're training hard, man. Yep, they're training hard. What's up, Tony? Yep. As we're checking out the sights on the Schuylkill River, right on Kelly Drive. What the hell is that? Oh man, check it out. They got Bluetooth. They got the main boat. I don't know if that's a Coast Guard or not, but they have a Bluetooth hookup to each one of these boats. And as the boats are rowing, I guess the trainer, the captain, whoever's in the boats, he talks to them. I just heard it. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be shooting this. I would think I am allowed. You know why? Because I'm on public. I'm on private. I'm not private. What am I saying? I'm on public property, so I'm allowed. I just skills are bad. Did you see the one I just did 2 days ago? I just did another. You got to go to my uploaded videos. I did the hot roast pork sandwich review down at Skinny Joey's. All right, not cheese. I already did his cheesesteak review. I did the hot roast pork and I put cherry peppers on it. It was a roast pork sandwich with provolone on a seeded roll with red hot chili peppers. No, not chili. What am I saying? Red hot cherry peppers. Yeah, and I did that review, and it was awesome, man. I'll tell you what, you got to check that one out. The next cheesesteak review I'm going to do is D'Alessandro's Steaks out there in Jenkintown. I'm going to be right outside of Manayunk, which is in Jenkintown. D'Alessandro's is the next cheesesteak review coming up. That's going to be the next one. You said to go where? Oh man, where did you say to go? Oh, Jersey Mike's. I had Jersey Mike's. I mean, it's all right. I don't know. I mean, I went Jersey Mike's up out by Villanova. You know, right before you get to Villanova, or wait a minute, it's right after Villanova, my bad. Right when you pass Villanova, before you get to the Chick-fil-A and the Panera Bread up there, there's a Jersey Mike's. I believe it is Radnor. Yes, Jersey Mike's in Radnor. Okay, I had a sandwich from there maybe not even a month ago. You know, I should have did the review, right? I didn't think of that. I didn't even think of it. I probably should have. That's you know, if I get there. I know the next one's going to be D'Alessandro's. All right, so what else do we have? Does anybody in the chat have a news topic today? I just mentioned about the tsunami warning in Hawaii from the 8.7 earthquake that they got rocked outside of Russia. It's a shame it wasn't bigger to take the country out. We talked about Ozzy Osbourne's funeral today. The DoorDash driver who saved a Blackstone worker down in Manhattan from that shooter, the New York City shooter, with that big-ass machine gun letting loose, killing, at least I know he killed one cop. 6 others, I think it was. 6 others were hurt and shot, maybe more. I'm going by yesterday's news, not today. Firehouse subs are better than Jersey Mike's, in my opinion. Where's Firehouse subs at? You have to email it to me. APG. Email me the place and like where it's at. Like maybe an address or where it's at. This way, when I have the address, I could go and get it. Unless it's the only one. If it's the only one, then I could just Google it and find out where it's at. But I'm not driving real far. I don't want to drive anywhere that's going to be more than, say, 45 minutes. Because I'm all over anyway. I leave Havertown, and I'm all over Delaware County and Philadelphia County. But I don't want to be traveling to, Berks County or Montgomery County just for the cheesesteak review. Unless it's something real special. You never know. All right. Oh, another in the sports part of the news, for you Philly fans out there, the Phillies beat the White Sox last night 6-3. So we got the Phillies out there doing pretty good. I think... don't hold me to it now. This is the first time we're talking about the news, and I did this on a whim. It's not like I looked up a bunch of news, wrote it all down, which I did write some of the stuff down, but I only wrote down what I knew, and I didn't plan on this. I didn't plan on this until I was 2 minutes down the road, and I saw this parking lot with a lot of parking, and I said, let me pull over and do a live stream. I said, let me pull over and kick off the Let Me Hear You news. You know, at least what I know of news. I don't know of too much going on today. I mean, I'm probably like you guys. I don't watch the news, so I don't know what's going on. I do know that there's a lot of Texas flooding. There's also news about Texas flooding going on, but I don't know what's going on about that. So, and if we want to break into the political world for a hot second, I do know that Kamala Harris dropped out of the governor race, huh? All that hype about her running for governor. I guess Gavin Newsom said, screw that shit. You ain't running. I'm getting all the votes. And the next thing you know, what, a week or two later, after she announced she's running for governor, boom, she's done. She's already out. She dropped out, and that's the end of that. Now, that's it. There's not a whole lot of people in there. I don't know who they are because I don't live in California, and I don't care to live in California. Not today, not any day. So, you know, shit, the way they're going, California just might break off and fall in the Pacific. Oh, goodness gracious. But it is what it is. Skills are bad, saying he got 191 spins on snow day. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about they get a lot of spins on snow day. I think they're the highest you can get. No, I heard of someone that got over 200 there, Skills. Yep. I heard someone get 200. It was a lower bet. I'm not sure if it was 50 cents or $1, but someone got over 200. I don't remember if they said 204 or 208. I forget the number. It was 20 something, but somebody did break over 200 spins on snow day. You know, matter of fact, I might think someone else told me that. Low Roller, didn't you tell me, Low Roller, if you're still in the chat, didn't you tell me about someone else getting over 200 spins too? I'm not sure. If Low Roller knows somebody, then that's two people that broke 200 spins. I know one thing, I never got nowhere near that. The most spins I've ever seen on any game was a 160. 160 spins I got on two games. I got 160 spins on Graveyard Gold. No, I didn't get it on, what was that? Yeah, no, Graveyard Gold I got 160, 155, 154, 156. And I think I got 158 spins on Amigos. But 160 is my top spins ever. That's it. Never got more than 160. So if you got 161, you got me beat. Rather be skilling with a new video. You got a new video? Now why didn't I get a notification, Tony? Damn, I didn't get a notification you put a new video up. I watched the other one you had up before this one, but I'll have to check that out. Now, it's really getting nice out here. The breeze is getting nice considering it was freaking 98 degrees out. Beautiful outside here on the Schuylkill River. It's a shame if some of the boats went in. There's some more down there coming up. It's cool watching them row by. You know, wish more of them ducks were around, but it's nasty out there. Oh man, they gotta do something to clean that shit up. Oh, a sneaker. What's going on? Oh yeah, a sponsor of the stream. Get your Under Armour sneakers, guys. There you go. Fresh out of the Schuylkill River, Under Armour footwear. Where's it at? There it is. Under Armour footwear. Get your Under Armour footwear fresh out of the Schuylkill River. Yeah, fresh out of the Schuylkill. The Delaware Green Swamp Water. On your Under Armour footwear today. Sammy Bull 7 on YouTube. Support the channel and buy your swampy sneakers now. What is that too? Is that really Under Armour? Hold on, let me see if we can catch what that is. I hope better not fall in. The video might go viral. I'm over here on the edge. See it? I'm on the edge. Let's see if we can figure that out. It's New Balance. I think it's New Balance, guys. Yeah, I think it's a New Balance sneaker. So, sorry. No sponsorship on the swampy sneaker today. Now, if there was a $100 bill floating, how many of you would jump down and get it? I don't know if I can make it back up. So it'd have to be more than 100, I think, to get me down there. Yeah, it's going to have to be more than 100. You know why? I don't think I'm going to be able to get up unless I walk along the rocks. I'd have to walk along these rocks and get up through them steps down over there. Yeah, I'd have to see like a knot, you know. I'd have to see like a knot that looks like $2,000 or more to attempt climbing down this wall. It don't look much to you guys, but take a good look. It's about 5 feet. It could even be 6 feet. I don't know. It ain't like, this ain't just a 2-foot drop. It's enough to bust me up. Jason Flegel, I see you. Luis, I see you. Hello. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. We're just chilling, and we're talking a little bit about the news that was in today as we're hanging out, taking in some sights here from the Schuylkill right in Philadelphia. Taking in sights on the Schuylkill River. We are literally about a quarter mile to a half mile south of when Rocky jogged down Kelly Drive in the Rocky one. It's down that way on the right, where Rocky jogged down Kelly Drive. We're further down Kelly Drive, about a half a mile north of Boathouse Row. As you can see, there they are, practicing. That's what we're doing. And we're just hanging out, enjoying the sights. We talking about a little news. If anybody has any news that you want to talk about, bring up a topic. We talked about the tsunami. We talked about Ozzy Osbourne's funeral today. We talked about the Phillies kicking the crap out of the White Sox last night, 6-3. We also talked about, we didn't talk about it, but I mentioned it, that Kamala Harris has dropped out of the governor's race in California. A lot of people thought she might have had a chance to win. Not even 2 weeks later, she's out. I think Gavin Newsom said, Gavin Newsom, in case you got it. That's his name, guys. Gavin Newsom, it's tearing apart California. You know what? He should step down and maybe give Kamala a shot. She probably ain't going to do any better. Let's be real, okay? If you can't do nothing as a vice president, what are you going to do as a governor? You know? But anyway, I don't think anyone's going to do any worse. It's a shit show over there in California. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh man, we got to check this out. Look at them rowing, guys. That is a 16-man boat row. Oh man, they're digging in hard. They're digging in hard. Yo, they're moving, man. They're moving. They are moving and grooving, baby. You know what? I don't mind doing it, but I want the guy's position on the back. The guy on the back of the boat that's yelling at them, I want to do that because I'm going to have a cardiac. I'm going to be up with Hulk Hogan with the cardiac arrest over there. You put one of them oars in my hand, and I need some training. I need training. You can't throw me in a boat doing all that. Look, they haven't stopped. They came from over here all the way down to there. They haven't stopped. Oh my goodness. Burning off about 800 calories every 30 seconds. Nah, can't do it. Can't do it. Has Diddy been sentenced yet? No. Yeah, man, he's going to get out. Diddy's going to wind up getting out of jail. Because you got to look at the time served that he got. And he was only found guilty on the weakest charge. You know, the sex trafficking, the RICO charges, you know, for the, what the hell was it? The money laundering or something, some kind of money laundering RICO charges that were on him that were going to give him the possible 2 life sentences. That shit was all dismissed. You know, I'm glad you brought that up, APG, because that whole fucking Diddy trial was nothing but a shit show. It was nothing but a sham to begin with. You know, the only one that me personally think was doing their job was the prosecutor before he stepped down, before James Comey's daughter took over. What's her name? Maureen Comey? I'm trying to think. Who was the lead prosecutor that got put on the case? Not 2 or 3 weeks before the jury deliberated? That's all. She got put on the case about 3 weeks before the jury went for deliberation. And then the lead prosecutor stepped down. And he didn't step down on his own behalf. You might think that. And that's what they reported. He didn't. They pressured him to step down. You know why? Because he was doing his job. He was asking the tough questions. He was pushing to get justice. That's all. He was pushing because he whatever evidence they had, he wanted to do what he could to present it to the jury so so that justice, blind justice, had a chance to deliberate and bring a true verdict on his crimes. And we know there's crimes. Now they're going to come back and they're going to say, "Oh no, nothing happened. Nothing happened. He just had a little bit of what was the charges? The sex, not even sexual assault, I don't think. When he beat the shit out of that girl in the hotel, I don't even think they got sexual assault on him. I think it was just like kind of like what you would get on an indecent exposure charge, you know? It was some kind of sexual exposure or sexual something, and it wasn't pimping out or prostitution with minors either. He didn't get none of that. I'm telling you, he got a light charge that probably runs a 1 to 2 year sentence, and he's already been in prison for a year. So he's done. He's out. He's not going to be watched. They're going to sentence him. You know what they're going to say, guys? They're going to say time served. They might go ahead just for general principle. They might say, maybe 40, 80 hours community service, little probation, and that's it. He's done. He's getting right out. I'm surprised they didn't do it already. So that's a bunch of bullshit. We know that he committed some major crimes. You know, I mean, I think anybody that's got 1,000 bottles of baby oil, you know, and a camera in every single room in your mansion. Oh, just 189 cameras, guys. That's all. Not much. There's nothing to see here. 189 cameras, including every bathroom, every garage, every basement, every attic, a camera, and who knows what that footage brought. And you're going to tell me the FBI went in that house, took all the camera footage and took all that information, and you're going to tell me there's nothing on it? Yeah, there's a lot of shit on it. And the stuff on it is exposing too much powerful people that probably have paid off the FBI or the CIA, and especially the DOJ, Department of Justice. These people have been somehow swayed to turn a blind cheek once again, and I'm sick about it. It's just the way it is. You know, it's what happens when you don't, I'm not talking millions of dollars. When you got billions of dollars, you got a little bit of leverage over the highest agencies in the land. And it sucks. And not even the president can do a lot about it at times. Yep. Not even the president can clean that bullshit up sometimes. So it is what it is. You want to talk about bullshit? What about, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell? The co-conspirator, should we say, mistress / partner of the good old Jeffrey Epstein. How about her? The rat, she's the new Sammy the Bull, Salvatore Gravano, the old rat that took down Gotti. Well, it's a shame Epstein's dead and he's gone now because Maxwell's talking and running her mouth. She's running her mouth now, and I already know that she has listed 100 people. She has put a list out of 100 people, and yet Trump is on there. Trump is on there, but he's not on flight logs. He didn't go on the island. You know what I mean? He's not on a list where he went to the island. They don't have pictures of audio or anything of him. But he does have a picture with Epstein, and I believe they had a business meeting once or twice or some kind of shit. So, and hey, when you're a billionaire, millionaire, when you're not billionaire, millionaire, yeah. When you're a billionaire businessman, you're going to get involved with a lot of people, good and bad, and it's just the way that rolls. You know, show me one billionaire that hasn't somehow associated with himself with bad people. They all have. Jeff Bezos, you know, all them people. What's the other guy? Who's the Google guy? I don't remember him. Yes, that's why. That's one of the reasons Mr. Gates' wife left him. Yeah. Oh God, Bill Gates associated himself with a lot of bad people. They all did, man. With the big money like that, it's one thing to be a millionaire or even to have 20 or 30 million. But when you start having billions, you start getting involved with the wrong people, the wrong point of views, you know. And look at Oprah. Oprah's that way too. You know, you could take a good look at what Oprah talked about in the 80s, even in maybe early 90s. Look at the stuff that Oprah represented in the 80s, and then look at the stuff she talks about now. What she supported and represented in 85 is nowhere near what she represents now. She has done a complete reverse on everything, you know. At least some of her standards were in line, should I say, with, they always say, people ask, they say, how do you know if you're living a good life? How do you know if you're on they say the straight and narrow, guys? How do you know if you're on the straight and narrow? If you're walking a clean line in life, which is hard to do, right? It's like a fence, and we usually go left or we go right. All right, it's hard to walk and balance yourself on that fence, a perfect life. I only know maybe one person that can do it, and it's my uncle. I don't know anyone else that can do it like that. But how do you know if you're living a good life? Because a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of people I know that are on the wrong side of the fence. They don't even know it. They think they're doing right, but their values and their principles don't align. And that's not saying they have to align with yours, because no, that ain't fair. No one's values and principles and aspects of life are going to align with yours. Okay? Everybody lives their own life the best they can and what they think is right. But how do you know it really is right? Well, in my opinion, I believe at least to have a good chance of living a right life, or at least following your path that you think is right, and you're not being swayed to a negative side, an evil side. No one wants to go to an evil side or a negative side. We want to go to a positive side. Everybody I know can agree to that, at least. We all want to live life and travel down a positive path, something that's going forward, because none of us want to go backward. All right, well, how do you know which path? How do you know? I'll tell you how you know, guys. Take that path and take a look at the values, the principles, and everything on that path. Before you choose to walk it, take a look at it. That's called take a step back and look and be aware of what's there before you dive on in. And I don't mean dive on into that green swampy water with the damn New Balance sneaker. I'm talking about taking that path. You got to take a good look at it. And how do you know that the values and principles of that path are good? Well, even if you don't read the Bible, and even if you don't pray, you got to have an understanding, well, what are God's values and principles? Okay? What is when they say to live a godly life? Does that mean pray every minute of the day? No. Does it mean every single thing you do, you have to confirm it or compare it to Jesus Christ? No, because none of us can compare our life to Jesus Christ. Not today, not tomorrow. We could try to walk alongside of what he accomplished in life and what we think is good, and we can pray for guidance, we can pray for courage, and most importantly, we can pray for wisdom. Wisdom, because without wisdom, there's not a whole lot you can do. You'll walk around just like you're stupid as hell. You gotta have the wisdom. With the wisdom, you'll have anything. And it don't mean money. It sure don't mean money, okay? Because you know what? Everybody I have known in the past that had money were miserable SOBs. Oh, man. Some of the best friends I have and the most generous and the most happiest people are people that are living day to day, and walking a path that they compare it and try to look at it on a godly principles. And what I mean godly principles is simply, the 10 Commandments. And if you don't, you can easily look it up in the Bible. You look at the 10 Commandments. None of us are going to abide by them every single day of our life, but you have to try. And as long as you try, you'll find yourself not on the evil side or the evil path. You'll find yourself on what they call the righteous path. And that's all we want to do. We want to have a chance to walk on a righteous path so that we can say, well, we're not on the bad path. We're on the good path. Now, how far down that path you go, that's up to you. That's up to you. You might, like me, you might only get 5 feet on this path. That's all. That's about all I got. I might have 5 feet on this path, but at least I'm on the path. I believe I'm on the path. I'm not further than that rock, but I'm on it. I'm not on the negative side, and I'm not on the evil side. I believe in my life I'm on a positive path. I'm not far on it, but I'm on it. And that's good. I'm good for that, and I thank God every day for that, because I don't want to be on the wrong side. Do you feel me, brothers and sisters? So, what else is going on out here? Do you like Arby's? Yes, I love Arby's. I love Arby's. Are you kidding? Oh, man. I'll tell you what I like at Arby's, right? Look at that. Look at that setting, man. It's starting to get hot again, though. I'll tell you what. I like me a beef and cheddar at Arby's. I can do a beef and cheddar. I like it. And I like their brisket sandwich. They got a brisket sandwich at Arby's, but I don't like when they drown it with the barbecue sauce. You know, give me the brisket sandwich with a little bit of cheese whiz on it, but I don't want all that sauce that they do it. I like a little bit of the horseradish, but not too much. The brisket sandwich, little horsey sauce, that's what they call it, horsey sauce. Horsey sauce, cheese, brisket, that's my shot right there. I like it. But I ain't got no problem with Arby's. I don't know if it's worth a review. Come on, it's fast food. It's fast food. I'm not doing a review on fast food. We're going to do a review. We're going to go to popular, famous cheesesteak places or pizza places. I want to start doing some pizza reviews. You know, I got 2 places that asked me to do pizza reviews. Pete's Pizza in West Philly. You got them in West, you got them in Center City, and I think there's 2 Pete's Pizzas in North Philly. Well, the one on Walnut, I think it is. At West Philly, Walnut, they asked me to do a review there because the dude saw the YouTube channel. I told him I got a channel with skills, trying to do some DoorDash shit or whatever. And I mentioned about doing cheesesteak reviews. He goes, "Oh, you got to do a pizza or a steak review from us." And then that was that one. And then there's another one, and there's another one in West Philly. I'm trying to remember the street. 52nd Street. I don't remember the crossroad. 52nd Street. Before you get to Parkside, matter of fact, it's about 6 blocks before 52nd and Parkside. There's a Pete's Pizza there. And another place that wants me to do it is up in Ardmore, a place called Zesto Pizza with a Z. Zesto Pizza. What do we got here? KFC app has a free bucket of chicken with 15 purchases. Really? How many pieces in the bucket? They don't just give you 3. What's up, duckies? You know, KFC ain't the KFC it used to be, guys. I used to love KFC chicken. You know, I was roommates with a guy, Tim. What's up, Tim Hopkins? Well, shout out to my brother, Tim Hopkins. And back in 1990, was it? 89, the summer of 89 or 90, me and Tim lived in Blackwood, New Jersey. And I believe Denise might have been there, too. I don't remember. But it was like a lifetime ago. I mean, we're only talking 35, 40 years ago. But me and Tim lived there. He worked at KFC. He used to come home cruddy all night with the breading on his hands and his fingernails and shit. But KFC in the 80s and 90s was amazing. It was amazing. Whatever the freak they're doing now, I mean, it's all right when you're starving. But I don't compare it to what it was 35 years ago. No way. You know, and the prices are so high. Look at when I go and I buy a 16-piece meal, I'll buy a 16-piece bucket with the 2 large sides and the biscuits and all that shit, right? Guess how much it is, guys? $54.95 plus tax. Guys, I'm like $60 in for fast food when I get a 16-piece bucket meal. That's a lot of money, man, for fast food at a drive-in. You know, and then I get home, and guess what? 4 of my pieces in my bucket are the freaking little wings. These little tiny, what is that? I'm going to pay $60 for chicken. I don't want 25% of my chicken are these little wings. They're not even the good wings. They look like little nuggets. Oh, man. I got to literally tell these guys, I don't want no wings. I want all thighs. I want 2 breasts and all thighs. That's what I want. And they never do it right. They always got to throw in about 5 or 6 drumsticks. You know, I'll be lucky if I get 5 thighs and 2 breasts and the rest drumsticks. And if I don't say anything, they load my bucket up with freaking wings. And I hate them wings. It's not enough. You could eat all 4 of them and it's like an appetizer, you know? So I'm not big on KFC, but it's a free 8-piece, you're saying, APG. That's good. Anything's free. It's good. So, yeah. But no, you're saying free, but you got to spend 15. Still worth it. I wonder if they give you whatever pieces you want or if they're going to load you up with them wings again. If you can say, give me 4 wings and 4 breasts. No, not 4. No, I don't want the wings. If you could say, I want 4 thighs, 4 breasts, it's worth it. Go there, spend your $15, get a free 8-piece. Definitely worth it. Because that 8-piece alone is like what, $13.99? I think it's like $13.99 or $15.99 for an 8-piece bucket. Oh, it's got to be. Not the meal, just the chicken. The meal, they add on so much money. Oh, don't get me started on KFC. Ever since the bird flu, KFC has not been the same, and the pieces of chicken are so smaller. Yeah. I think they screwed something up in their breading. I don't know if it's in the way they bread it now and they cook it, but it's definitely not the same. I definitely agree with that. Yep. Well, guys, I just wanted to pull over. I wanted to park it up. There I am. Wanted to park it up and say hi to people. Check out the sites here. I didn't think it was going to be an awesome sauce live stream. We were going to see a free Schuylkill Swampy Water New Balance sneaker. That was a real delight. But like I said, for the sponsorship for New Balance sneakers, if you want to get a hold, hit that shop button and check out your green Swampy Water footwear. It's right there. Special price today, $29.99, right out of the Schuylkill River. And if you're lucky, it just might have some algae on it. Matter of fact, I can guarantee you it's going to have algae on it. I can guarantee it. Oh, man, that's a hot thing right there. That's hot stuff right there. Don't buy your footwear nowhere else. No. All right, love you guys. APG and everybody, thank you. Have a good day. All right, but let me know, anyone else watching, email me, sammybull7@gmail.com. And if you know any news topics, sports, current events like bad weather, shootings, terrorism, whatever, let me know if there's certain topics you want to start discussing, because we're going to take it from the SB7 Nation, guys. We're going to take the topics from you guys, and we're going to talk it in Let Me Hear You News. Thank you, and thank you. Peace, love, be safe, be blessed. SB7 Nation, and stay blessed, and take care of your friends, your families, your loved ones, your neighbors, your pets, and everybody under your roof, and everybody in the amazing community, the SB7 Nation. And me, Sammy the Bull, will catch all you guys on the flip side. Have a good day. As we're live from the Schuylkill in Philadelphia on Kelly Drive. You know, and we do have, I have another, it's not going to be a stream, it'll have to be a video. I got another thing I'm working on. It's not going to be easy, but we are going to do an SB7 exclusive, and I am going to travel around the city of Philadelphia, and we are going to look at all the Rocky filming locations, the art museum. We're going to go by the church where he married Adrian. We're going to go by the church where he used to go, Father Carmine, remember him? Father Carmine. Remember, we're going to travel down 9th Street when he jogged down 9th Street, the Italian market with Tommy Gunn and Rocky 5, and he did it in the other Rockies as well. And we're going to check out the art museum again. We're going to check out where his son in Rocky 5 went to school, okay, in Philadelphia. There's filming locations all across the city. I'm going to write them down, and we're going to see how many we can knock out in one day. Yeah, have a good day, SB7 Nation. From the Schuylkill.